Hello friends, welcome back to the video. It's Lou here of Luluslittleshop, and today I want to show you how to make this frosting with a magnet on the back for these cupcake with toppings. You can find the PDF in my shop, link in the description box below. Make sure to follow me on Instagram at Luluslittleshop for additional topping ideas and to enter my cupcake decorating contest. This one here only has one color, one swirl, or you could add a second color and have a double swirl. If you want to make two colors, get your yarn ready. I'm using number 4 medium worsted weight yarn in a light yellow and a dark yellow. This is 100% acrylic. For the frosting, I recommend using acrylic yarn so that it's nice and fluffy. And then you're also going to need a 4mm hook, scissors, yarn needle, a stitch marker, and then I use these little magnets. These are about 1/4 by 1/8 inch super strong neodymium magnets, and I attach them to the bottom side of these frosting pieces with a little bit of gel super glue. For the frosting, we're going to first make a base circle, and then we're going to make the swirl on top in the first color, coming back in towards the center. And then if you want to add a second accent color, you can start here and then following the direction of the first swirl, also come back in towards the center. Let's take our first color and start with a magic circle. Chain 1 here. For the entire frosting, make sure you're not working too tightly. As in amigurumi stitches, we're going to make the entire frosting in a slightly looser tension than what you would normally use for amigurumi projects. Okay, for round 1, we're going to put 5 single crochets in a slightly loose tension into the magic circle. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so now we have 5 single crochets at the end of base circle round 1. And then for round 2, we're going to continue in a spiral without slip stitching or chaining 1. And for round 2, we're going to work in these back loops of the first round single crochet stitches. And we're going to make an increase of 2 half double crochets into each of these 5 back loops, for a total of 10 half double crochets. So first stitch back loop gets 2 half double crochets. Continue around, 2 half double crochets into the next back loop. And 5th increase of 2 half double crochets. Okay, now we're at the end of base circle round 2, and we have 10 half double crochets around. Then for base circle round 3, we're going to continue, and now we're going to work in these third loops of the half double crochets from round 2. Grab a needle so I can show you how each half double crochet stitch has a front loop, a back loop, and then if you keep turning to the back, it also has a third loop in the back. And those are the loops we're going to use to make our round 3 stitches. Let's reinsert a hook. For base circle round 3, we're going to make an increase of 2 half double crochets into the first third loop. And then into the next third loop, we're going to make 1 half double crochet. And we'll repeat that around 4 more times for a total of 5 times, which is 15 stitches around. Next, repeat of an increase of 2 half double crochets into the third loop, followed by 1 half double crochet into the following third loop. That's the second repeat. Keep going. Last repeat, increase of 2 half double crochets, and 1 half double crochet into the last third loop from round 2. Okay, now we're going to continue with frosting base circle round 4, and we're going to continue in these third loops of the half double crochets from round 3. And we're going to make 1 half double crochet into the first third loop, followed by another half double crochet into the second third loop, and then an increase of 2 half double crochets into the third loop. And we'll repeat that around 3 more times for a total of 4 times. And then we'll change the stitches just a little bit towards the end of our round. So we have 1 half double crochet, 1 half double crochet, increase of 2 half double crochets. Half double crochet, half double crochet, increase of 2 half double crochets. Okay, so now we've done 4 repeats, and then for the last few stitches we're going to change things up a little bit so we can start tapering down, because if we don't do that, then we have the height of these half double crochet stitches at the end of the round, and we want to start tapering down so that it makes a circle. Okay, I'll show you what I mean. Let's make 1 half double crochet into the next third loop, 1 half double crochet into the next third loop, and then at the end here in the very last third loop of the round, we're going to make a half double crochet and a single crochet into the same third loop. See how that's starting to come down a little bit. And then we're going to slip stitch to the third loop of the first half double crochet stitch from the round. And now we have more of a circle shape. See how the end of the spiral started tapering down right here? And now we have our base circle complete. And if you want to do a second color, we're going to mark the back loop of the 6th half double crochet from our last round base circle round 4. So that was the first stitch where we slip stitch to the third loop. That was the first stitch of round 4, second, third, fourth, fifth, and 6th half double crochet. Then we're going to mark the back loop of that stitch, and that's where we'll join the yarn to start our second color. Going to reinsert our hook and then chain 1. Now we're going to start making swirl A, coming back up towards the center, and we're going to do that by using these inside loops from our rounds 2, 3, and 4, and then these unused front loops from the single crochets from round 1. Okay, so we chained 1, and then we're going to insert our hook from the back to the front into this last single crochet we made from base circle round 4. Remember how we made an increase of a half double crochet and then a single crochet, and then we slip stitch to the first stitch of base round 4? Then we're going to use this front loop of our last single crochet from base circle round 4. So insert your hook from the back to the front into that loop. And then we're going to keep our yarn above everything and turn your work 180 so that your hook is pointing away from you. And then now we're going to work in these inside loops. They were the front loops when we made these stitches. And then after we turned, I'm calling them the inside loops versus the outside loops. And we're going to continue spiraling, following that circle, following the spiral, I mean, all the way back in towards the center for our swirl A. Okay, so first we're going to, starting from that loop where we have our hook, we're going to make a single crochet and a half double crochet into the same inside loop. And then into the next inside loop, we're going to make a double crochet. And now we're going to make an increase of 2 double crochets into the next inside loop, followed by 1 double crochet into the next inside loop. So that's the first repeat. We're going to repeat that around 8 more times. Increase of 2 double crochets, 1 double crochet. That's the second repeat. And just continue that around for a total of 9 repeats. And this is our last repeat of an increase of 2 double crochets, followed by 1 double crochet into the last inside loop of base round 4. Okay, so now we have our frosting swirl A round 1 complete. That's what it looks like. And then for frosting swirl A round 2, we're going to continue into these inside loops from the base circle round 3. Frosting swirl A round 2, we're going to work into these inside loops of base circle round 3. And we're going to continue with an increase of 2 double crochets into the first inside loop, followed by 1 double crochet into the next inside loop, and repeat that around for a total of 7 repeats. And then we're going to end with another increase of 2 double crochets. So that's the first repeat. Continue around. And then we end with another increase of 2 double crochets. So at the end of swirl A, frosting swirl A, round 2, you should have 23 stitches around. Then for swirl A round 3, we're going to continue in these inside loops from frosting base circle round 2. We're going to make 1 double crochet into the first inside loop, followed by an increase of 2 double crochets into the next inside loop. And we're going to repeat that around a total of 5 times. Okay, so you should end with an increase of 2 double crochets into the last inside loop. For frosting swirl A round 3, you should have a total of 15 stitches around. And we're almost done. We got one more round left. And for frosting swirl A round 4, we're going to continue into these unused, these were the front loops of the single crochets from base circle round 1. And we're going to make 1 double crochet into each of the next 2 front loops, the unworked loops. Followed by a half double crochet into the next unworked loop and a single crochet into the same unworked loop. Keep turning or frosting, and then 1 slip stitch into the next unworked loop, And then you should actually still have one more unworked loop from the base circle around 1 single crochet stitches, but it's really tight, so we're just going to skip that one and chain 1 and be done with that. Okay, now we can just cut the yarn, and then we're going to bring our ending tail through the center hole down to the wrong side. And then we'll just weave it in a few stitches at the center here, just so it doesn't come loose. So that's our ending tail. This is our starting tail. You can pull on that to close the center hole. And then we're going to put a little bit of gel super glue at the base of these tails to keep them in place so they don't fray when we cut them. And now we can glue in our magnet. These are those super strong neodymium magnets. You can get them from Michaels or Amazon. We're going to make sure each piece of our cupcake has the magnets glued in the same direction. So I'm going to use a cherry. This one already has a magnet in it. And this side of the magnet is up. So I'm going to apply the glue to this side of the magnet. Glue it to the center here. And press and hold for about 10 seconds. And if you want to add a second color, we're going to use these unworked outside loops from base circle round 4. And we're going to continue in the same direction as our first swirl, using these unworked outside loops from the base circle. And we're going to start in this marked outside loop from base circle round 4. So get your second color, and we're going to insert a hook up into that marked outside loop. Grab your second color, drop a loop, and then chain 1. And I will crochet over this starting tail so I don't need to weave it in later. And we're going to continue to the next outside loop, crocheting over the starting tail, and make 1 single crochet and a half double crochet into the next outside loop, and then a double crochet into the following outside loop from base circle round 4. So that starts our second color. Continue around, and you don't need to count rounds. I'm just going to make an increase of 2 double crochets followed by 1 double crochet. Repeat that around a total of 13 times. So this is the first repeat of 2 double crochets followed by 1 double crochet. You can pull your first color down to expose those unworked loops, and then just continue. So when we have 2 unworked outside loops left, we're going to make a half double crochet into the next outside loop and a single crochet into the same outside loop, followed by a slip stitch into the last unworked outside loop from base circle round 2. And we're not going to have any more unworked loops left for base circle round 1 because those were single crochet stitches, and we already used the back loops for base circle round 2. Okay, so after your slip stitch, we're going to chain 1, cut the yarn, and we're almost done. Look at that. Okay, so now we just have 1 more tail left to weave in. Here's our finished double swirl frosting. This one has the dark yellow as the main color with an accent swirl in the light yellow. Let's see how it compares to our other one, which has the light yellow as the main color with an accent swirl in the dark yellow. Okay, so two different looks, same two colors, same pattern. You could also do just one color, one swirl, or two swirls, both in the same color. So lots and lots of different options. And here is the complete cupcake with toppings. You can find the PDF in my Etsy shop, link in the description box below. And all these pieces have magnets in them, so they attach together in any combination. And make sure you guys are following me on Instagram at Luluslittleshop to get other free topping patterns and to enter my cupcake decorating contest. Simply use the hashtag crochet cupcake to enter, and you can post pictures of any cupcake from any designer, and you can also mix and match elements from different designers. Just make sure you tag and credit everyone. And I'll have a monthly drawing with one winner receiving a free pattern from me starting May 1st, 2022. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.